Hey everyone, before we jump into this next Dragon Ball video, I got a comment asking me to talk about GT, which is funny because I literally just started like rewatching it. You know, part of my big Dragon Ball binge right now. So yeah, I'll just give my thoughts out there. I'm not too far into it yet. I'm still in that section where they're searching for the Black Star Dragon Balls in space. It's got the pretty unique goal of trying to like actually combine the first two halves of the story in their different tones. Like the Buu Saga tried to do that in its own way, but it was still a lot. It was still way more action and comedy at the same time. It didn't really have the whole like episodic adventure aspect to it that the early parts of Dragon Ball did. And one thing that like surprised me a lot is how much I like Pan because from what I remembered, I barely remembered anything about Pan, and everything I've heard about her since has just been like, oh no, they ruined the cute granddaughter and made her annoying as hell. And she's just my favorite character right now. Like GT, from what I can tell, kind of has this theme of like I'm not sure how to phrase it. Maybe like both coming of age and wanting to sort of hold on to childhood in a way. Because, the three main characters we have now is Goku, who's a grown ass man who turned back into a little kid, even though he was a kind of a childish adult to begin with. So, it's kind of an interesting combination there. And then we have Trunks, who is now the CEO of Capsule Corp, who just wants to stop and go on a vacation. He's sick of his job, he's tired of it, and now he's going to go on a little space adventure. So that's, and like he's kind of the most responsible member of the trio right now. So it's like he's this adult who has to be the responsible adult, but at the same time he's tired of being a responsible adult. So I'm going to be interested to see where his arc goes from there. And Pan is a kid who just wants to grow up. Very relatable idea. Like it actually kind of fits in well with like sort of like where's Dragon Ball ended like in the original, because like, oh no, one person is responsible for the safety of the earth and we need teamwork. And Pan's idea of growing up is sort of like being more independent, being taken seriously, and being seen as competent as possible, and asking for help is antithetical to that. So she does everything she can not to ask for help and to do everything she can by herself, and that leads her to screw up, which is something I've done more than a few times in the past couple years at my new job. Like my favorite episode, I think it's like episode 15, 14, when she goes out into the desert by herself to look for the Dragon Ball, and then she almost dies from heat stroke until the little robot boy helps her out. Like, and then that's when she really becomes friends with that boy until like his arc begins a few episodes. It's a really nice. I liked it. I hope they continue to like Pan throughout it. I'm sure it'll be pretty cool. How I'm guessing this is gonna develop later is that like Goku's kind of like the ideal adult, because like he never stopped be like enjoying life like a kid would, while also being responsible enough to step up and do the job when the job needs to get done. And it's also interesting to see that like he like is the one who trusts Pan way more between him and Trunks. Like when they're on that bug planet, and she gets like kidnapped by those bees or whatever. Trunks is like, oh no, we gotta go help her. She this is dangerous planet. We can't leave her alone. She's like 11, and Goku's like, nah, she's good. She's fine. She's probably fine. Which makes sense because when Goku was 11, he was also running around getting into adventures on his own. So like he was always by himself. So he kind of like had to be independent as a kid. From what I remember, the later parts of the story are also just cool and good. Like from what I remember, the baby arc, baby like slowly taking over the different Saiyans on Earth, and slowly climbing his way up to Vegeta. I remember that being like really terrifying when I saw this kid. Like, oh no, Vegeta's the toughest dude right now because Goku's a little baby boy, and this guy's gonna power him up. How is Goku gonna do this? Oh no. And it was like, I remember, but I remember, if I'm remembering this right, it's sort of like the sins of the Saiyans past coming back to haunt them, like now that they're living a peaceful life on Earth. I remember like when Granola appeared in the Super manga, people like were already drawing parallels to him and Baby because they had like a similar backstory, and thought maybe Baby would be like would like inspire him, like even though he probably didn't, but like it's kind of interesting. And the final arc, the one with the Dragon Balls turning into dragons, I remember thinking that was awesome and amazing. Like I remember like Omega Shenron being like the coolest man to ever exist, and I hope that remains to be the case if memory serves. I'm also really hoping to get more on Oob, just because like it's so weird we have like two different series about a sequel to Dragon Ball, and I don't remember Oob having like a character arc or anything. I think in GT he does. I think I remember they do stuff with Oob in GT. Uh So I'm really I hope Oob ends up being really cool just because the idea like Goku's like perfect like disciple, like his perfect like successor, like that sounds really cool. Like it's cool enough to be like actually the main character of a sequel to Dragon Ball if you were gonna make one. And he like Super has like shown him like a bit, is like teasing him that he's gonna show up later, so like that's cool and all. But like I'm excited to see what GT does with him because they should do something with him. Like I remember a lot of them, like or I think maybe all of them represent like specific wishes made on the Dragon Balls in the original Dragon Ball, which is that's a cool idea. Like the only one I actually remember though is the I think it's like the Water Dragon one, and she was the panty wish from the original Hunt for the Dragon Balls arc, and she was not happy about it. She, you used the Dragon Balls for a pair of used panties. Actually, Kino. Actually, Kino. That's the thing about Dragon Ball GT. Is that I'm laughing while I'm watching it. That's of course you should. Yeah, that's always Dragon Ball always makes me laugh. Like I remember that pain thing is gonna be Kino when I get to it probably. Or there was those trio of dancing dudes who beat the shit out of Goku, Trunks, and Pan with their super amazing dance powers. That was great. One thing that I've actually learned, because like I watched both the sub and the dub for episode 1. I watched the dub the first time because I was a little baby boy and it was like 2010 or something. And I did remember that like a bass riff that they had for the commercial break, like don't. And I remember I liked that, but also it definitely does not fit the tone as well as the main theme that the original used, which was the opening is like really good. I like the opening. Da, 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 na, 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 na. Fits the tone that like the of like early Dragon Ball Adventure lighthearted stuff really well, and the music overall has been pretty cool and good. Animation a little less so. Nothing much to write home about there. But then again, I haven't made to like the best action bits yet. Obviously not. So I'll be waiting for that. I do remember the color palette of the show being interesting as it goes on. Like I remember there's being a lot of red in the baby arc, like in the backgrounds and all that. Like not just in Super Saiyan 4. Yeah, so I'm wondering to see where that goes because I do remember a distinct color palette in the later parts of the story. But again, this is just me going off memory now. To properly do this, I should finish first, but I doubt that we're gonna add another Dragon Ball video. So I'm just gonna put slamming in here now. GT seems pretty good, and I'm happy to continue watching it at the moment. And Pan is unironically the best female character in Dragon Ball. I have to sit on that for a second. There's not a whole lot of competition is the thing. Like I like Bulma and Chi Chi's very funny. 21 is very hot, but she's also a video game character, and I skipped all the story for that game. Ribrianne is also really funny. Yeah, I guess Pan's the best. Yeah, Pan's is the best female character in Dragon Ball, and she's in GT. Good job, GT. Oh, and apparently, like Pan doesn't go Super Saiyan. Like I never remember her going Super Saiyan. From what I can tell, she doesn't. So, which is like what? What? Excuse me? What? She's not gonna be a Super Saiyan? What? 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 That's a crime almost. It's almost a crime. Oh, and also, by the way, if you have not seen the Dragon Ball video on my main channel, I highly recommend you do. It's not getting as much use as the one on my side channel, which like happens sometimes because like my topics on my main channel are pretty scattershot. But hey, it's actually edited. It's not 2 hours long. It's a very focused video. So if you just want like stuff on the original Dragon Ball manga, I highly recommend my video there. I like it a lot. It's one of my more, at least from a visual standpoint, I had a lot of fun working on it. It's one of my favorites videos that I made visually. So with that said, go have fun with the rest of this video. Alrighty, Rooney. Now, we said we wouldn't do another one of these things, but
change your mind.
Yeah, like part of the reason just because I feel like we got some of the obvious ones out of the way in like the first Dragon Ball video, so like I kind of forgot about a lot of the other obvious ones in the second one.
Right.
Yeah. So, dude, did you know? hold on. This is bad One Piece opinions. I have to go to my bad Dragon Ball opinions notes. All right. So did you?
First is turn off your brain.
No, I wanted to say it. I had a whole. I
Oh,
was gonna be coy about it. I was gonna be
found the
coy
list
and
first.
cute. I was gonna be
I
coy and
found the
cute
list
about. Okay,
first.
fine.
I found it first.
Good job. Okay, now is Dragon Ball a turn your brain off show? What do you think?
I understand where that sentiment comes from.
That's
Because
literally
it
what
kinda
I
comes
said an
from-
hour ago.
What?
That's what I said yesterday.
Yeah, no, we agreed yesterday.
Yeah,
no,
I know.
because it just because like a lot of people probably watched Dragon Ball for the first time when they were really little and were kind of stupid, so they just remember it being like, oh, they see Goku do insert transformation here, and it was like the sixth thing ever, and they kind of just want to like relive that. But the thing is, like, you're an adult now, champ. Use your brain. By saying Dragon Ball is a turn off your brain series, you're not defending it. You're just insulting it and being
Yeah,
wrong.
I know. Like the thing is, I feel like the sentiment behind, like obviously, like you can enjoy just about any show, just based on like, oh, I like the characters or I like the vibe or the action's cool. Like that's perfectly fine
Right.
to that's perfectly fine to treat Dragon Ball that way. It's just that
Oh, yeah,
just the phrase "turn your brain off" is just it just sounds so insulting and like
No, because
self-defeating.
like I love like the Enies Lobby saga in One Piece, but also I can quote unquote turn my brain off and just look up the anime clip of Luffy beating the shit out of Bluno and be very happy.
Yeah, like just
But, like I wouldn't say Enies Lobby is a turn your brain off arc because it's not.
this is the word people should use to describe it, and it's it's a little out there for a word, but I want to get everyone should give this a try. Just call it fun. You can just call Dragon Ball a fun show. Like
Dragon Ball is fun.
this the new word for your vocabulary. Just call it a fun show.
In fact, I don't think I would read or watch something that wasn't fun. Unless I was like torturing myself.
I mean, I could imagine like maybe something's like more of a slow burn or meant to be like slow and dramatic or whatever.
Yeah, but then you could still have fun.
Yeah, you could.
Oh, Twin Peaks is a slow burn, and that's a great time.
Oh no, it is a great time.
All right. Next is
okay. I guess this time you can be in charge of the list and saying what.
Hilarious. Okay. Death doesn't matter. Technically, yeah, it doesn't. That's true.
Not real. Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah, I guess the thing, like, they kind of set that expectation pretty early, and Dragon Ball overall is, like, a very lighthearted adventure manga, so, like, the fact that, like, characters can come back to life is, like, alright by me. Especially, like, later on, when they start, like, having to abuse that fact and, like, the climax of the argument.
Because the idea is like death doesn't matter, therefore stakes don't matter, but like that's not true because like basically they concoct situations where the fact that you could theoretically get revived doesn't matter. Be it Frieza Saga. If Frieza kills us, we don't get Purunga and then we're all fucked. Cell Saga. He's gonna blow up the solar system. We're so cooked.
Yeah, like Boo literally destroys the planet, so if you don't wish back the planet first, then the people can't come back. And the only way to do that is get to
Boo Saga, he's gonna kill like everyone, and then it's well, we're fucked. Who's gonna wish us back? And then we go to Super, and it's like galaxy wiping. Can't do anything about that.
No.
So that doesn't matter, but that doesn't mean there's a lack of stakes.
No, and then again, like you don't even need like stakes in the sense of, oh no, can my boys lose and die for good? It could just be stakes like, man, I sure do hope Gohan or like Trunks and Vegeta's relationship can be like okay by the end of the Cell Saga.
But I mean, even if we do stakes through the vague, oh, we might die, they still exist.
Yeah, and there is a time that Goku was dead for a while, and that did like impact the story in a few ways.
Yeah.
Or even Piccolo, like the whole reason like they had to go to Namek in the first was because Piccolo died. So like you can literally say because there were stakes in the Saiyan saga and they lost Piccolo, they had to go on this other crazy dangerous adventure to get him back.
Right, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Next is Roshi destroying the moon is a power scaling outlier.
All right, this is kind of just like a
coward. Shut up, coward.
Okay, it's not because it doesn't contradict anything, and there's other people in Dragon Ball, like early Dragon Ball, who have like moon level feats, quote unquote. Like Kami wishes, like he doesn't. Maybe he used the Dragon Balls. It's kind of vague. Like he brought the moon back, and because he either did it himself or he's the Dragon Balls, and the Dragon Balls can only do anything within Kami's power. So that means Kami
Yeah.
has enough power to create a moon or whatever. And then at the
Yeah.
beginning of Z, like in the beginning of the Saiyan Saga, Piccolo just says, "Oh, the moon? Yeah, I'll just blow that up to stop Gohan. Like it's no
Does
big
it
deal."
comedically and does it really easily, counteractive to when Roshi did it and it was like his ultimate attack.
Yeah, it's just kind of the thing where it's like Dragon Ball sometimes doesn't like visually show how powerful people are, because if they did, they destroy the setting every time someone
Yeah.
fought.
Well, also another
Like
thing
Goku
is
can,
just like
Goku, like, can Goku technically sneeze the planet away? Yes, but we don't
probably.
want him
Yeah.
to.
No, or like with early Dragon Ball, the whole point is like when Roshi did that, like when Roshi did the moon level attack, Krillin outright said, "Oh, if he hits Goku with that, Goku's gonna fucking die." And that's why we don't see that because not Piccolo, because Roshi doesn't want to kill Goku, and that's why we don't see like and then like during the Red Ribbon saga, no one's a threat to Goku, so we don't see that except for like Tao Pai Pai who kicks his ass. Because the point is like Goku was on the level of regular Roshi, but Jacked Roshi was on the level of Ozaru Goku, who who the series implies Goku doesn't reach the level of until when he kills King Piccolo.
Yeah.
Because
Also,
he
I think
does
it
his
is.
monkey
Yeah.
fist.
Also, I think it's still like a really cool aesthetic to have like, ah, dude, super powered up martial arts man who is also technically powerful enough to destroy half the universe with the flick of his hand.
Oh yeah, no, it's just fun. It's just fun.
It is fun.
All right, next is Raditz is such a wasted character, Puff.
Dude, he was the main character's brother. You could have like, had him,
Yeah. No,
do something.
I'll
I don't
explain. No,
know.
Puff. No, Puff. I do think like the point is that it is kind of like unconventional how little Raditz matters because my friend who does not know anything about Dragon Ball thought it'd be funny to power scale characters, so I'd give him bits of information. So when Raditz showed up, I said he showed up, was Goku's brother, and introduced the fact that he was an alien. And off of that, he's like, "Oh, that guy's got to be pretty strong." He's like, I get he probably doesn't show up later because I don't remember him, but I'm sure he's like as strong as like early Vegeta or something." And then when I was correcting, I'm like, "Put him with the Cybermen," and he's like, "What do you mean put him with the Cybermen?"
I know. Like, I guess it's just the thing where it's like technically, like, because Raditz is kind of a blank slate. He does technically have infinite potential as a character, but as the story exists,
because he's a brother, everyone just assumed that like, oh, that means he's gonna matter, but it's like, no, not really.
yeah.
He's about as important as Nappa. It's like, it's kind of just like, are you like weirdly like bioessentialist? Is the fact that he's got Bardock's seed like make him so you care more or something? Like not particularly.
Oh, holy fuck! Have I been using the wrong microphone this whole time?
Oh my
Shit.
god, Puff, no.
Okay, it's okay. I switched it. Whatever. Fine. Let's just keep it. I don't care.
You just sound like shit for the first 10 minutes then? God damn it. Fine. Okay, so yeah. What I just said. If Raditz is only wasted potential, if you think the fact that he's got Bardock's genes in it makes him like more important or something. Next, hey Puff, do you know when Dragon Ball should have ended?
At Cell, right?
No, idiot. At
right. I made this list. I made this list. I should have remembered that one.
No, the Cell one is later. No, this is an opinion people have. It should have ended with Goku dying on Namek when the planet blows up, fighting Frieza. And it's kind of just like, but why?
I know, like I seen this take on Twitter a couple times when I was like searching for stuff, and
I remember a YouTuber I liked when I was 12 had this opinion.
Yeah, no, like I could kind of see the romanticism in like Goku truly became the strongest in the universe, but that's also like
died.
Yeah, and then his life, and then he died as the prophetic Super Saiyan or whatever. Like he saves the universe, becomes the strongest, but then like dies, and we're like, that could be like a nice capstone to a story, but also no.
No, because like that doesn't actually conclude. Like you could say that's like a forced way to conclude Goku's arc, but like it's not satisfying for other characters. Like Vegeta is still a genocidal maniac who's just vibing on Earth in a golf shirt. Gohan, fuck me, I guess.
Yeah, Gohan just doesn't really get to his most interesting character bits like at all.
Yeah, or like how Namek introduced the fact that Piccolo and Kami were probably going to fuse again. That just wouldn't be addressed.
Yeah, that wouldn't come back.
So it's just like, no.
And
Just like,
Krillin wouldn't get a wife every
yeah,
time. Like back in every Budokai, Krillin would be like, "Man, I'm never gonna get a girlfriend. Damn it, I'm gonna die before I get a girlfriend. I
yeah, and then he
swear."
gets one, and that's important.
It is important.
Or it's or like just the fact that the Saiyan Namek, which is basically one saga, uh, starts with the introduction of Gohan. He is now an important main character. So not
Yes.
paying off like anything for him is just like weird and kind of makes Gohan like a like nothing character.
Yeah.
All right. Next is power creep is only bad when side characters stop mattering, aka when it like alienates the audience.
Yeah, the thing is,
Which is
I think the first half of that is good and like makes sense because it's like, all right, if you're a TN fan and you wished he got a cool fight later on, that's too bad. If you were like a Roshi
it's like the
fan or
thing
a
is
Krillin
like
fan,
power creep doesn't necessarily stop characters who are weak from getting fights because there's plenty of
that's the
ways
thing.
to
Yeah,
force
that's the thing.
weak
Like
characters
you
to
could
get
look at like
fights.
say, I guess the idea is just like you can look at One Piece and still see like the weaker members who get fights every now and again, but like Dragon Ball, because like the only thing most of the cast is supposed to be good at is fighting, and then they just kind of show up to like either not fight at all or barely fight at all. Like it kind of feels like they're just hanging around and not doing much, which I can certainly agree with. I think that is true. Like Tien gets to do one cool thing in the entirety of the Cell Saga, and that's it.
And then he gets to do like half a cool thing in all the Boo saga. And you know
Half a
what?
cool
Good for
thing.
him. Good for him. Good for him.
And then the second half of that, alienating the audience, is actually from an old Giga video we watched, which was not good.
Oh, that piece of shit.
Not
Fuck.
good.
Okay, that's videos. And it was based on a equally bad video that we've also talked about before, which is like the
Like
problem with battle shonen power escalation, which is basically the idea that if you escalate the power and the stakes, so like, oh, Goku isn't fighting to save one little kid's dad, he's fighting to save the world. It's like, well, that's not personal anymore, except it's like, but it's both. It's big, fancy high stakes because the world's gonna blow up, but it's also personal because you know who's part of the world? Goku's wife and kid.
yeah, and then like you look at like say the cell like the end of the Cell games where it's like literally like the main focus is the drama between Goku and his son. Like that's what this is all centered around. Like the whole ending the world business is still centered around that main conflict. And B like thing is
Being
Gigax.
threatened is literally part of it because a big aspect is finding the new protector of the world.
Yeah, but the thing is, and also like Giga just claims that like the audience will get alienated by this, and but I'm like, but dog, people love Dragon Ball still, like most people do. Like I don't think anyone felt alienated when Goku was suddenly
Oh,
like,
the way he did it was he implied that like Z felt soulless and OG Dragon Ball had the soul, which most Dragon Ball fans don't believe because most Dragon Ball fans haven't read Dragon Ball.
yeah, I know. So just like, wait, are you saying people felt alienated when they went from planet busting to solar system busting or whatever the hell? Because I don't think there's a single person that actually cares about that. Like or at least the people
No.
who were like invested in the characters didn't care because the action was still cool. The tone's very consistent throughout, and yeah, it's just like sure, like it's insane and stuff, but like it's Dragon Ball is over the top and insane, and it's cool because of that.
Right. All right. Next.
No, I'm not done.
All.
I'm not done
Oh, you
yet.
got more.
I
Nice.
Cause
Go
thing is,
on.
I can think of like one example where like literally power creep did alienate me as an audience member,
Oh, what
or
was
not.
that?
All right, so there's this old manga. I'm forgetting its name, but it's like this horror vampire manga, right?
All right, no,
And like
you're talking
the
about.
first like two volumes is like there's like just this one vampire in town, and then like we have to like somehow kill him because he's chasing me and my boys, and like this vampire is like it has like clear weaknesses, like it's like kind of blind, so like they have to work around that or whatever,
Cool.
and it takes like a whole like this whole gang of boys, right, just to kill this one vampire, right? And like, damn, this was so cool. We gotta like get to your brother on the vampire island, like save that boy. We got this. Then they show up, immediately get ass blasted. Then it becomes like this horror thriller where they're captured by the vampires and all that. And like there's this chair that like sucks your blood slowly and all your like liquids and fluids and stuff like that. So the vampire, because it's very very slow burn, scary horror stuff. And there's this one sequence where like the main character's brother, he seems to be trapped on the island, and there's this like whole like chapter dedicated to him slowly, like very slowly and methodically trying to kill two vampires. Like he literally has a giant like wooden like pike in his hand, And to kill these vampires, he has to slam it right on top of their heads with a perfect sneak attack at the perfect moment. And like, you know, because like that's the only way you can kill them.
So I take it eventually this just stops mattering because the vampire or the humans get too strong.
Yes, so like literally like after like so like it's implied that the brother's like, you know, he's skilled at killing vampires, and he's skilled because like he's very patient. He plans out and he knows a lot about like their anatomy and stuff. And then suddenly, as soon as he like comes to rescue his other brother, he gets a katana in his hand and just starts like slaying vampires by the dozen. Like literally, just like fucking
power creep. That's a genre shift.
Yeah, no, like literally, that's what happened. It literally became like a battle shonen. Like that's what happened. Like literally,
it went from horror, like
yes, and then like and then suddenly, like, you know, the guy like drags his birds like, this is my master monk man who's 10 feet tall who taught me how to fight and slay vampires. We're gonna have a time skip and you're gonna get a training arc. And it's like, all right, cool. Then they're fighting like giant monsters. Like a couple chapters later, it's like, all right, like this is kind of cool, but also this is not what like this started as at all.
So just a genre shift.
No, like one of the most insane genre shifts I've ever seen.
Nice.
Right, like I remember when Bakuman like talked about how like some like authors will just like genre shift to a battle shonen like that. Like,
usually,
you know, when the sales to battle. Yeah, like they talked about like gag to battle. It's like, all right, I can see that.
Hakusho was like slice of life mystery / like wholesome to battle.
Yeah, like, and like I could see that, but then like I've never seen like slow horror thriller turn into that. I'm like, that was kind of a unique experience.
That is funny.
I don't mean to say the manga's bad or anything. Like when it was monster hunting, like it was kind of cool. Like, it was just that transition was jarring, and I kind of like lost interest in the story because maybe I should return to it one day because it was kind of fun. I'll have the name up here in case you want to check it out.
Nice. All right. Next is all the humans that trained with King Kai should have learned the damn Kaioken.
This could have been fun to see like Krillin use the Kaioken or whatever.
I get that you can be like disappointed, but also like Goku learning like ×4 was considered to be like well above anything King Kai was capable of. And it's like, you could just say they're not as cracked as Goku, which is kind of lame, but like, you know, that's fair to think.
I just think it would be very funny if, like, late in the, like, in Dragon Ball Super, suddenly Krillin's of the tournament power and he pulls Kaioken ×100, yeah. And then, like, he dies trying to take out a
the reason that he didn't give them all that is because, like, one thing that right before they all died is that they had, like, their movesets very differentiated, because, like, let's be honest, Krillin, up to this point, was, like, Goku, except weaker and, like, kind of a trickster.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, when we got to, by the time, like, we fought the Saiyans, everyone kind of had their own niche now. Tien, obviously, was Mr. Kikoho boy. Yamcha already had his Spirit Ball. Krillin got both his Scatter Shot and his Destructo Disc, his Kienzan. And Chaozu just fucking killed himself, I guess. But he already had, like, a moveset that just never came back, where he would, like,
telekinesis.
Like he had like psychic powers and shit that just never came back, because Raditz was presumably not Raditz, Nappa was presumably too strong for it. So like they were all differentiated, where like if they all got that, it'd kind of be like more homogenous again.
Yeah.
So like I from that I see why you didn't, because like it is more fun when everyone can do their own thing.
Yeah, but I guess the idea is because Goku eventually starts going Super Saiyan instead of using the Kaioken, he could have shifted that over to someone else, and maybe that would have been fun.
Would have been neat.
Yeah, it would have been neat. Like, it's not like this isn't like a bad take or anything. It's just like one of those things where it's like, that's kind of neat and cool. It's like, but the story not having it isn't
it's just like that's a fun
detriment. Yeah.
It's like that's a fun what if. All right, next is
speaking of the Kaioken.
Yeah, you can't fight someone 20 times stronger than you.
All right. So this was like a take I heard about this guy complaining about the Frieza fight. Where like if Frieza's like, you know, like way stronger than Goku, and Goku has to go like ×20 Kaioken just like compete with him. How the hell is Frieza not just immediately killing him? And there's a few answers to that question. Like Frieza is like it's pretty blatant. Yeah, he's pretty blatantly toying with his opponents throughout the entire arc. Like the fact that he slowly powers up, the fact that he like, you know, is like kind of like brutal and tortures them. He starts
the fight by literally chucking rocks at Goku. He's not fucking he shoots a laser and he's like, oh, you blocked it. You bitch, and then he shoots a couple more. He's like, "Oh, you're really good at blocking this. You
Yeah,
little
or
shit."
like
So
there's
he
just that
throws a
one.
mountain at him, and he's like,
So
"You bitch! You blocked my mountain."
and then there's that one chapter where he says, "I'm gonna beat you with just my arms tied behind my back, or like one arm tied behind my back." And then he suddenly Goku's too strong and he breaks that rule. It's just like, yeah, that's what you get for being smug, Frieza. And then the second example, the second reason I have here is just that you kind of don't want to overestimate what someone a tenth of your power level can do. Because let's say you're fighting a raccoon, right? And this raccoon, like if you're a fully grown adult or like even a teenager and you're committed to killing a raccoon, you could probably do it barehanded. Like, you know, it'd be rough, it'd be a struggle, sure.
Hurt because
It suck, but like, you know, I believe in you. You're a fully grown human. You're like 10 times as strong as a raccoon. You could do it. And then imagine like in the middle of that fight, like the raccoon screams Kaioken times 20 and then punches you into a brick wall. That's gonna rattle you. And then let's say that the raccoon is now like, this isn't good enough. I have to get stronger. And then it becomes a super raccoon and starts glowing gold. And it's like, oh, you have to say, holy fuck, Mr. Raccoon, please, I'm not at full power yet. Let me power up first, and then you run inside, like you grab like a weapon, maybe it's like I don't know, maybe like a shovel. You grab a shovel, you put on your steel-toed boots, like, all right, now I'm at 100% capacity. Now who wins? That's up in the air, and that's what Goku versus Frieza is.
Nice.
That's literally the Goku versus Frieza fight.
And now we're leaving talking about Namek to once again talk about when the series should have ended, which was Cell.
Cell? Why would it end after Cell? I mean, like, you know, why would it end after Cell?
Gohan, new main character.
But if he's the new main character, wouldn't that mean it should continue as him as the main character?
No, Gohan, new Goku. Now that Gohan is Goku, series over.
I mean, like, yeah, that seems like that'd be a fine place to end it. Like, it wouldn't be the worst place to end it.
I think it'd be better than ending it at Namek, at least.
I think, like, it's just the idea. I think this is just a take that will come by later, so that people don't like the Boo saga, so they wish it was just like gone and removed or whatever.
The point is, like, it ends with like some pretty obvious flaws. The two main ones being, we still have a lot of Vegeta baggage, and Gohan doesn't like fighting, and we're putting him in charge of Earth.
I mean, I guess, like, the idea is that, like, you know, some people think that, like, the high school arc should be the epilogue. So, like, you know, we see Goku's
basement say that.
Well, but being charitable, right? They could say, like, okay, so Gohan now is like a superhero and now is protecting the Earth in his own way, and that's the end to the series or whatever. It's like, yeah, that sounds kind of neato burrito, but also Gohan still doesn't love fighting, so when the next Cell shows up, he's not going to be super thrilled to fight him.
So we kind of just have to rely on Vegeta, which is like an innately awful idea, as the Buu saga shows, because Vegeta after Cell is like not a genocider, but like not a remotely good person.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, not great.
Yeah, not
like leaving Vegeta in charge of Earth is kind of like all the stories where there's like a small village that prays to like an evil monster deity to protect them. Like, good God, would an alternative be nice?
Yeah, no, okay, the only way he's gonna do it is if, like, literally Bulma and Trunks are in immediate danger. Then he'll be like, alright, like, gotta deal with this.
I can say, alright, you're blowing up the planet, I'll fight you. Yeah, or if he thinks it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Alright, and then, moving on from Cell, we got a Buu saga complaint. Which is something about Vegeta's outfit that I don't understand. What is it?
Vegeta should have like, you know, kept his Buu arc outfit into Super, because you know, like, you could see, like, it's a change in his character design. Like, first he has the big Saiyan armor, then in the Frieza saga it gets downscaled a bit, and then he's still wearing it in the Cell saga because he still hates everyone, and then in the Buu saga where he's starting to love his family and enjoy life on Earth, he has just like this tank top on. Or like this one, I think he has like a onesie, like, wrestler unitard on, which is like just supposed to be him like softening up and like sort of wearing Earth clothes now. So, like, I guess the idea is, like, he should have kept wearing that because he's now like a part of the Earth gang for real now.
Right.
Which I think that's a good take, honestly.
You know,
like, it's fine.
I think it's the same reason Goku wears the turtle style symbol. It's kind of just like, for Super, they made their default clothes just the most iconic clothes for them, which for Vegeta is Saiyan armor, and for Goku is the turtle style gi. Like you could probably justify the Saiyan armor and like the tournament of power because like
Yeah, like he's going in prep for battle, so like
even
makes
some
sense.
armor, why not? But like it being like one of his default clothes is a little weird.
Yeah, like when he's just like going to the barbecue with his wife and kid, maybe he should just like wear
I
something
mean,
else.
sometimes he just wears a shirt.
That is true. He does wear his tropical
Sometimes.
shirts sometimes.
Yeah. So that one I think that's fair. And then ranking time.
Yay!
We're
Wait,
gonna rank
don't we have another Boo Saga thing?
Oh yeah, we can skip to that. What do you like more, Gogeta or Vegeta? Who fucking cares?
Wait, what? No, there's one before that.
What did I skip? What?
Yes,
Oh,
before
yeah, Busaga's too goofy. There it is.
Yeah, you're bad at this, Shiki. I should have been in charge of it.
I'm reading the message you sent in fucking Discord chat. All right. Boo Saga too goofy. The Z half of Dragon Ball most people fell in love with.
No, this is just my note and what I
less
want to say
goofy.
about it.
He's less well, you put it in, so I'm reading it. All right. So basically, Z is less goofy. So going back to goofy was cringe, and they shouldn't have done it.
Yeah, so like because a lot of people jumped on during Z because that's how it came over to the West. Suddenly, like when it starts calling back to like the old gag manga roots, like it was probably jarring for a lot of people, which I can kind of get that, but also that's just the result of you not watching the whole story.
Yeah, that's just the result of the series being poorly presented to you.
Yeah, I guess it's fine if that's just not your ideal tone
No,
for
if you
Dragon
don't
Ball.
love the Boo Saga, that's fine.
Yeah, it's fine if you
but...
don't like the Boo Saga. It's just that like just as long as you understand why it is the way that it is, then like yeah, all right, cool.
Yeah, where it's like I like Goofy, I like funny because Toriyama's like a fucking gag manga artist.
You know, dude, it's so awesome that like at the end of his big like space galactic battle epic manga, the main villain just turns the strongest character into a piece of candy, and then that piece of candy beats the shit out of him because he's just too strong.
Dude, it's like the natural progression of fucking Master Carrot. It's awesome.
It's so cool.
Nice. All right, now we can just do Gogeta versus Vegito because who cares? I like the little vest that the fusion dance characters get.
Yeah.
So I guess that's my answer.
Yeah. And like I get it's kind of weird that this is kind of a question at all because they're literally the same thing just with different outfits.
Slightly different designs. Where
I mean,
like, I think Gogeta looks slightly more like Goku, and Vegito looks a little more like Vegeta.
I think this kind of like comes back to what you said before. A lot of Dragon Ball Super is tied to power scaling, which I think is where this comes from.
This is like such a tempting power scaling question that's also dumb as fuck.
I know, like so some people actually try like I think there's an actual like debate in the community, like maybe it's been settled or whatever, but like whether or not the earrings or the dance gets you a better fusion.
It depends on how much you trust data books and which ones you trust.
Yeah, so again, that's a little confusing.
Or it's kind of just like, yeah, I guess I think Gogeta looks a little bit cooler, and that's about it.
Yep.
Don't care. All right, now we got to rank the evil Gokus.
All right, there's a lot of evil Gokus.
Don't record this. You can just put the image up later, but I will stream so that we can think this through. All right, who is the first evil Goku we meet?
All right, the first evil Goku, the first one.
Who would we say is the first evil Goku?
Maybe Raditz, if you want to count him, because he's literally like, "I am your evil brother from outer space."
No, I'd say Raditz absolutely counts. I'm just wondering if he's the first one. I think he is.
Yeah, I think so. He's probably the first one. I can't think of anyone from.
I can't think of anyone else who's like a Goku.
Yeah, I'm having trouble thinking of one.
All right. All right.
I don't think he's high up on the list because again, Raditz isn't like that.
He's fine. He's kind of just like this is what a Saiyan is. This is what Goku would look like if you was a normal Saiyan. He's fine.
He's alright. He's a cute little guy.
He's alright. I don't mind Raditz.
Yeah.
Alright, and then who's the next evil Goku?
I think it's
the next evil. You're wrong. The next evil Goku is
Turles. Right, Turles. Right.
Turles.
Alright, now this guy isn't related to Goku, I don't think, but he apparently just looks exactly like him.
Raditz if he looked like Goku.
Yeah, okay. So like I haven't seen the Tree of Might movie in a long time, but from what I
No,
understand, he's just
he's basically no, he's just like Raditz. He's just a Saiyan
yeah,
coming to Earth to fuck shit up.
yeah.
Is he better than Raditz? Because looking like Goku is hilarious.
I do think so. I just love that this is literally Goku but Shadow the Hedgehog.
No, this is like the OG Goku Black. He's so funny.
He is funny.
All right, who's and then
All
yeah,
right,
then we
yeah,
got
Ginyu. Ginyu's my favorite. He's the best evil Goku, I think. And he's my favorite evil Goku. That's my boy. That's my boy.
Look at this fella. I'm using this one.
Oh, it's so good. Look at those boys posed up.
Because literally the whole point is it's the way being an evil Goku fails. Because it shows, because like, if Raditz and Turles are like, oh, what if Goku was raised as a Saiyan? This is the opposite. This is what if people with Frieza's ideology tried to be Goku, and it's like they fail fucking miserably.
Yeah, because it turns out Goku wasn't born inherently strong. Like he was like, oh, dude, your body's so good, I'm gonna take it. And it's like, fuck, I can't. What's the Kaioken? Kamehameha? I can't do any of that. What's wrong with this body? You actually have to like learn how to use it. That's cringe. That's stupid.
That's stupid. I don't want to.
All right, and next we got Cell. Cell is pretty good. I think like he's most reflects Goku in the sense that like he just cares about getting cool fights and being stronger, but he's just evil.
Like an evil. The point is he's the evil version of like several main characters.
Yeah.
I think his role is a lot more interesting than like Raditz and Turles.
Yeah, I don't mind putting him in the top tier.
I'll put him. I'll put everyone in like a different one just to make it more fun.
All right, we might have enough tiers for that. Honestly, there's not.
Yeah, because next is next Boo.
Next
Is next Kid Boo?
Yeah, I think so.
Kid Boo / Oob.
Yeah. Kid Boo.
I don't want to steal fan art. I'm not a thief. I'll just do Kid Boo. I think he works rather well.
I don't like him as much as Cell, but I do think he's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think a little worse than Cell's a good way to put it.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I know that my side channel vids, my Dragon Ball ones at least, are getting more views than my main channel one. If you want to know why I like Kid Buu, go watch my Dragon Ball video on my main channel. It's not doing too hot right now.
Whenever the side channel outdoes the main channel, we should probably shout out the main channel.
Yeah, I know, I put like, so many hours worth of editing into that video to make it look nice and pretty, and not even 500 people have seen it yet.
All right, so after Kid Buu, is it just
Makes
Goku
a Man
Black?
Cry? Goku Black. I think so. I think it might be Goku Black. Is there a movie villain we're forgetting?
No. No. I'm gonna say no.
All right, I believe you. All right, I think like as a villain, I might like Zamasu about as much as Kid Buu.
Okay, but who's better at being an evil Goku?
Well, I mean, he's like Kid Buu. I'd say is better in the sense that I feel like he actually like kind of like has a more interesting dynamic with Goku and all that. But like I think Zamasu, the fact that he literally just looks like Goku but evil and he has pink hair is funny. So I think he's like an upgrade from Raditz.
That's fair.
Oh, so you like Kid Buu more than Cell?
Is that not what we're doing?
I said I like Cell a bit more.
Oh,
but, like if you like him more, that's fine. Like,
I don't care.
All right.
Cell's also evil Goku because he's smart.
Yeah, he did the Ginyu thing, but he actually had to put the time in to do the work to learn how to do Super Saiyan and all that.
I think literally this is someone who liked Goku's body, but also understood like some of the things that made it good.
Yeah,
like this is Ginyu with prep time.
Yeah, Ginyu with prep time,
which is funny. It's just funny. Like, also, like, was Toyotaro the one who did Dragon Ball AF?
I don't know what AF is.
That
sounds familiar. I remember that. I remember that.
I remember that. Toyotaro did this, and here's why this is awesome, Puff. Because the plot of Dragon Ball AF is a Kai, so a god, sees how cool Goku's genes are, and then fuses them with hers to make like a super Goku. And then what's the plot of the Goku Black arc? A god sees how good Goku's body is and uses his body to make a super evil
dude, he
Goku.
made his
He's
fanfic
literally
canon. He
he
made his
literally
fanfic
did.
canon.
It's awesome.
That's pretty badass. I'm not gonna lie.
So yeah, that's fucking awesome, and I love that.
I respect that so much.
No, that's fucking badass.
So many evil Gokus. Look at all of them.
Look at all these beautiful boys.
Yeah, look at all those evil Gokus. Love them, love them, love them.
I'm glad there's not too many evil Gokus. Like, if this was One Piece Puff, we were doing evil Luffy's. Holy shit.
Alright, we get like one maybe?
No,
I'm literally thinking like Uta. Like I'm thinking like we got Uta.
Puff, the two ways you read it with One Piece are either there's almost none or there's like 50.
Yeah. Like
There's
either
two ways you read it, and I love that. Because you could read like Crocodile and Moria as bad end Luffy.
No, like yeah, you can, but like I guess the idea is like if you have to think of like someone who's like very directly a lot like Luffy or like
if
emulates him in
Uta is literally Luffy if things went very differently. All right.
Yeah.
Who is all right? What's let me see what is next. All right, next after ranking these beautiful boys is Super is closer to, I guess, the first like Super is closer to Dragon Ball before the Saiyans than Dragon Ball post Saiyans because it doesn't take itself seriously.
No, this is a take. Yes, I've found this on. I've actually seen a couple people say this where like, yeah, Dragon Ball is a show. You shouldn't take it seriously at all, which is why I think Super is kind of more like in spirit of the original Dragon Ball than Dragon Ball Z because they stay more goofy with it and it's a turn your brain off show. This is kind of like the turn your brain off show take.
I feel like that only applies to like Universe like 6 versus 7 for like a kind of whatever dumb show. And like I don't like Universe 6 versus 7.
I mean, there's also like those filler episodes where Vegeta fights like a jelly version of himself. Like I guess maybe that's what they're talking about. Maybe that's what they're talking about. That could be
also like Z has stupid filler like that. Z has Goku and Piccolo getting driver's license.
And that is immaculate and amazing and great. Or like that one, like when he's trying to like run along the snake way, like he falls down into hell.
Oh, and then he gets like the snake lady that tries to eat him.
Yeah, or like those two big buff Oni boys. You're like, hey, are you here because like you're an evil person? Probably.
It's
so
like,
we're gonna get the paddle. You're gonna give you the paddle.
There's a lot of like dumb funny stuff. Where it's just like if they mean filler, they're just wrong. That doesn't make sense. If they mean manga only, like I think like the very early Super arcs are like pretty fucking like don't give a shit. But I don't know how much of that is because it's being silly and how much of that is because they're being forced to adapt something that's already a show.
yeah, I know. It's like recap, so they just do, and they're like flying past it pretty quick.
Yeah, like they do have stuff like Botamo is a lot like the pink fuck from Muscle Tower. They're very similar. So like I don't agree at all. I think all Dragon Ball is pretty silly, but also very serious. And like, Super has some pretty self-serious arcs. Goku Black Saga.
I mean, I guess like if I were to like like compare them directly, I do think Super is like generally a bit more funny or like silly. Because like I think like all right the universe survival arc, you have like some teams like Rebriants who are just like these goofy fucks and I love them.
Right.
And like the Moro arc, like there's not really a whole lot in the Moro arc that I don't think was like super goofy. Like there was like the king of the galaxy or whatever, and Goku kept like grabbing his dick, which was funny.
Right.
But like I don't remember anything about the arc's like overall tone that made it funny because there's funny stuff in every arc to be obvious.
Or
so,
like the gas arc. Whenever I think funny in the gas arc, I think of the front crawl and the trains, but I don't think those are supposed to be funny.
No, they're not. So I feel like
just laugh at those. I can't get over the fucking trains. He just fucking throws trains at people. It's awesome.
It was really cool in that fight where Goku used instant transmission to literally like go across the galaxy mid-fight. That was pretty cool.
Badass.
That was really badass.
Alright, next we have Super, the anime looks like shit.
It did look like shit in the beginning. That is true.
Yeah, and it's super long. It was weekly, right?
Yeah.
It was a super long weekly series. A weekly series having some episodes that just don't look great. Like, yeah, early on it was like really bad.
Yeah,
But then, like,
especially because they were directly adapting like the Battle of Gods movie, and so there's that direct comparison to the movie, which looks beautiful. So like
right,
it does not have a good first impression
you
at
know.
all.
Or and then it's like in the later stuff, it's like, okay, so like filler episodes are probably gonna look a little worse, but that's normal across like all series. That's kind of the point. It's filler. It's the animators taking like a break from the story. And then like super long arcs, like their version of Tournament of Power. Some episodes are not going to look as good as
Yeah,
others.
the one
Fucking
episode where Tien got a fight was
Gohan,
not as
Gohan fighting Mr. Instant Transmission doesn't look quite as good as Goku rail grinding and then blank blasting Caulifla.
I mean, I guess like the idea was that like this is kind of a thing. I think people I heard this say about Toei Studio a lot is that like it's a good way for like younger animators to get their foot
Mhm.
into the door because like they have a lot of weekly series, so they get there's a lot of like labor needed in their company. So I guess the idea is that like because like the beginning of Super they had like a new team or whatever, so that's why it looked shit, and then like by the end they were competent enough to like pull off the Tournament of Power, or for the most part they did. Like I know they pulled in Naruto Shishida for a lot of the Sakuga on Goku versus Jiren,
Right.
and maybe Kefla too. I might be remembering that wrong.
I know they brought in a big director for the rail grind episode. I don't know his name.
Yeah,
Uh, uh, so it's like, it doesn't always look great, which is like weekly series kind
yeah,
of happens.
yeah. Like
uh,
we're not trying to defend it. Like it looks bad. You don't have to like. I don't like
yeah,
it.
like
I don't like
it
how
looks
it
bad
looks.
sometimes, and like that's not great. It's
Like
kind of just
it
like
kind of helps that like the most poorly animated arcs have like a movie version that looks better. So
yeah,
like it's not
unless
like
we talk,
you
there's
go
the
to my
thing about
super watch order. You go back
even
to
the
the
res.
good old
Hold up,
super watch order. You just watch the movies
hold
instead.
up, Puff. One thing that is noteworthy is even the Resurrection F movie looks kind of ass.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, that's true. It
Oh,
does.
the fucking PS2 fight between Frieza and Goku was so hype. It was like an homage to Budokai or something. The Budokai games.
Dude, this looks
All
like
right,
just when I was playing the Budokai game 10 years
all right.
ago.
Next is Kale and Khalifa have plot armor slash are too cracked.
This one,
Uh,
I think this is just it's like two different things. It's like the
didn't
hard
they
work
look
versus
Super
natural talent.
Saiyan with like a back tingle or something?
Yes, which I don't like, and like I feel like it felt kind of trivialized when they gave it to like Vegeta because he didn't have a pure heart. So like already, but like I could accept that because like the whole point is that like there's a Super Saiyan barrier that you're meant to reach and then break later on. So like that's fine. But they
Yeah.
really just said like, oh yeah, just tingle your back muscles, and
I
I
do
didn't like
think the
that.
back tingle is a bit dumb.
Yeah.
I don't mind Kale though because Kale is just Universe Six's legendary Super Saiyan.
Yeah,
So
no, like the
if
thing is
anything,
like
she's underwhelming because she doesn't hold a fucking candle to Broly.
yeah, I know. Like I think it's like the hardware versus natural talent chuds really talk about this because like when you think about it, like you do Kale and Khalifa like master like or like are like way stronger than Gohan who was a prodigy as a Saiyan. Yes, that's true, but also maybe I'm wrong about this,
No, in the
but maybe
manga,
I'm
they fight pretty evenly.
okay, but I feel like I might be wrong about this, but I feel like in terms of talent, they're like comparable to like Goten and Trunks, who are like Super Saiyans as like 5-year-olds. So like,
Mhm.
I don't mind it too much, or I don't think it's too unbelievable or whatever.
But
Uh,
they don't have the Super Saiyan parent buff.
I think the real thing that makes people mad is actually Kefla because like you have like Gogeta Blue, right, in like the Trunks arc, and like generally
Yeah.
like especially for Dragon Ball, the later a fight or a character happens, the stronger they are. So I feel like there's a huge argument between Kefla and Gogeta because like Gogeta should be stronger in base. So like as a blue, like shouldn't he be way the fuck stronger than just a Super Saiyan 2? So I guess the idea is that like they think Kefla was way too strong in comparison to Gogeta, even if Gogeta was stronger at the end of the day. Which
Right.
I guess like my like response to that is just like Kale was the legendary Super Saiyan of their universe, so like what maybe her like untapped potential was just hard carrying that fusion, which seems likely
Yeah.
to me.
It could be because especially if you go off the Broly movie where they kind of did the thing that the OG Broly movie implied, which is the more he fights, he kind of just like keeps growing like indefinitely.
Yeah, and also like in the Super movie where we meet the legendary Super Saiyan of our universe, he's like as strong as Gogeta more or less. So like
Yeah, like Goku outright says, "Oh fuck, you might be able to clap Beerus."
yeah, so like I guess just like
Even if he's
so
wrong,
like
that's still scary to him.
yeah, so like the way I see it, it's just baby Broly with like a Goten or Trunks
A little
level
bit of Super
character,
Saiyan
whatever.
2 in there.
Yeah, so like I never like had a problem with it. Maybe I guess like the hardcore power scalers might, because maybe they know more than me about this stuff, and so it hurts their brain
Right.
more. So like I could definitely
Yeah,
see
like
where that
if
complaint
you're
comes
too
from.
hardcore, I don't take you that seriously.
Yeah, but you know who
Alright, next
fucking sucks?
is fucking
What are you reading?
Chaozu. Just looking at this. What the fuck is this?
I don't know. What the fuck? We're gonna derail the video. What's this you're looking at?
I'm sorry. It's called Iron Ladies, and it says harem of 3,000 female soldiers.
That sounds awesome.
I'm very. Well, this is what I do every video. I look at dumb shit while we talk.
Can't blame you.
What the fuck is this? Okay, this is weird. All right, I will look into this later. It's probably bad though. All right, so yeah, who sucks? Jacked Chaozu sucks.
Jacked Chaozu,
Jiren.
but he doesn't have a beanie.
Yeah, he
He
got
doesn't
so
have
jacked that
rosy red cheeks.
no, he got so jacked those fell off.
Oh, okay. So like when you get too jacked and masculine, your rosy cheeks just like fall off, right?
Yes, because you're not rosy anymore.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so yeah, people hate Jiren.
I
I'll be
feel like
honest, the whole his backstory sucks thing is like counterpoint. Dragon Ball villains aren't like well known for like their
deep,
complex,
complex motivations and backstory.
interesting backstories. Like it feels like people wanted him to be like Doflamingo, and it's like why?
Yeah, no, the thing is like I remember like I remember like back in the day a lot of popular people who had this take were One Piece heads, right?
Fans.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like I guess like they kind
That's
of
why,
brought their
that's why I did the
expertise.
Doflamingo comparison.
Yeah, so is June's backstory like immaculate? No, not by any means, especially because they kind of just like churn it out and like recap it real quick. So like if you want to get invested in like the emotions of it, you can't really do that. It's just kind of you just kind of have to understand that the fact that Jiren like lost a lot of people in his life, and he felt like he could only rely on himself because of it, and that's why he became the strongest by himself and all that. Which like yeah, not the
Like, I
greatest
guess you could
backstory in the
make an
world.
argument that maybe like Jiren didn't even need a backstory if it was that vague, and it's like maybe.
Yeah, I think that's
Uh,
a fair take, I guess.
but some people say like, oh, maybe Jiren's master won't be hyped up in matter because he was like friends with a god of destruction. It's like I don't know, maybe I don't fucking know.
That doesn't seem too likely,
No, a
honestly.
lot of people are excited about that idea.
Yeah.
All right,
So,
next,
so
all
like
right,
basically like I guess like things we like about Jiren then to make up for it. Big strong man with big strong muscles. I like that. Like that a lot.
yeah.
And two, like I guess the idea is like the Jiren like was supposed to embody this idea of like the perfect solitary warrior that like Goku kind of wanted like either himself or like Gohan to be, as like the defender of the earth, the one guy everyone leans on to do the job right. Because
Well, I think
like
it's interesting because like the Jiren fight was for a while technically the end of the like serialized super anime, which is interesting because the first conflict in the super anime was Goku being unhappy that he had to attain God Key through other people's power.
yeah, that's kind of
And
interesting and cool.
and then the end is like the absolute embodiment of that like isolationist pride mindset, and how like while it's good that he wants to improve on his own because that's ultra instinct, at the end of the day, Goku's and his universe's greatest strength is their ability to rely on each other to the point that he and fucking Frieza, team up on a big bad. You
Yeah.
can't be like, oh, Frieza, like, Frieza just did it just like, so obviously Frieza did it partially to save himself, but also, like, like, if Frieza wanted to, there'd be like a small part of his brain that's like, I'll kill myself if it means these fuckers die. Somewhere in the back of his head, he was considering it.
And I guess like another thing, like because this happened to a Gohan, like he became overconfident when he was the strongest in the world, like when he fought Cell. Like Jiren never has that, so he kind of does like embody that ideal like a lot more, especially in a theoretical sense, where it's like, oh, he's not arrogant. If anything, he's kind of like chill and respectable for like 99% of the tournament. It's like literally just like the very end where it's just like he's getting ganged up on by 4 guys. And it's like, you fucking nuts, get off me, let me win already.
Yeah, it's really funny.
Yeah.
All right, and then lastly is our second time defending an asexual king in a battle shonen. Piccolo is canonically asexual. Stop shipping him with the fucking with Pan's teacher, you weirdos. Stop it.
I mean, I guess like to be fair, like, you know, just because like you're asexual doesn't mean you're like aromantic and you don't want to like, you know, go on a date with someone or whatever. Like they could do that, I
No,
guess.
you know what I prefer?
I mean, she'd also have to be into it too, right? Like maybe
No, I would prefer none of that happens. And go, how about this? How about Piccolo makes a friend?
that would be great too. Piccolo can use more friends.
Piccolo doesn't have any friends that aren't like a borderline family to him.
No. He needs someone who could just like, you know, come over every once in a while and talk to about like, you know, all the stuff he can't in front of the other guys.
Because like with the whole Sun family, he may as well be like a relative. And then like I wouldn't say he's friends with the rest of the fighters. Is he really friends with like Krillin or Vegeta? Not really.
Yeah.
So yeah, just like go ahead, but it's a little weird, and also just like I guess it's just like, oh, let Piccolo get a little kiss, but it's like Piccolo doesn't ever seem like he wants a little kiss.
Yeah, I know. Like he doesn't have like the desire for it in himself at all for a little kiss.
No, and
Unless
the idea of
unless
an,
maybe it's
and
from like
the,
Pan or something, then maybe he'd like a little kiss. It's like, oh, my
yeah,
cute
it's like
little
an
granddaughter's
affection.
giving me a
Yeah,
kiss. Ah,
but
that's cute.
and I do like the ideas of like alien species that can't feel that don't have like a sex drive but are romantic is like that's very interesting. But also, I'd rather watch a series that isn't Dragon Ball for like an actual cool representation of that.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Not the Dragon Ball vibe.
No, not like Dragon Ball's not like I'm sorry, like Dragon Ball isn't a good romance story. It's just not.
No, it's fucking Gohan and Videl is like the best one, and that's not saying much at all.
I
It
think
is.
I think Goku and Chi-Chi is funnier.
Okay, it's absolutely funnier. But if we're doing like straight up like ability to do a romance, Gohan and Videl's the only one where he like
Oh yeah, no,
tried.
like especially with the anime where they add some more like filler episodes about Gohan going to high school. I think they did like they add a bit
Oh, those
more.
were so fucking. I mean, a
Yeah,
lot of
those are
those
pretty
were
good.
actually in the manga too, and they were funny as shit.
Yeah, so like yeah, I imagine like the one you can get the most mileage out of is like Gohan and Videl. Like if you wanted more
Right.
as like a story or romance between them. Maybe you technically could for any of them. Like, oh, what's the psychology of Bulma? Does she feel any like shame or like guilt for
Was
sleeping
she
with the guy who
embarrassed
killed?
about fucking a genocider and having his kid? Was that embarrassing for her? Was that awkward? Like when she showed up and she was like when she showed up on Goku's return holding the child of a man who's responsible for the deaths of like most of the people there. Did she feel a little bad about that?
Dude, you know who felt bad about that?
Yamcha felt bad
Yeah,
about it.
Yamcha felt bad about that.
What's funny is I imagine like if Tien knew, he'd be like, "Well, that's kind of
All right,
weird."
fuck it. I'm pulling up the Shoujo bingo card for Dragon Ball. What we're gonna do with like
Yeah,
Vegeta?
sure, we can end on that. We can end on that.
If Vegeta is the main and Bulma are the main characters, all right.
All right, through that lens. One, abundant melodrama. In the
Not really.
no,
No.
no. Protag is pretty enough. Yes, he
Yes,
is.
he is.
Sexual assault, not that we know
Not that
of.
we know of. Enjoying sexual assault.
Stolen kiss,
If
no.
there was sexual assault, then yes, there is probably enjoying sexual assault in there too.
Yeah, all right, wait. Stolen kiss. Have we ever seen them kiss?
Oh man, I don't think so. At least not outside the anime. I
No.
don't think.
Stockholm syndrome ending. What's funny is if there was Stockholm syndrome, it would actually be Vegeta to Bulma because she owns everything.
You know, like she's this is her planet. This is her house.
Morally
Vegeta.
gray love interest.
Absolutely.
Men are biologically inclined. Nope.
Guess not.
NTR, yes.
Yes,
That's
yes.
why you
Poor
wanted to do
Yamcha.
that. That's
Poor
literally why you.
Yamcha.
Short story arcs. No, it's Dragon Ball.
Early Dragon Ball had short story arcs.
Yeah, but Vegeta didn't exist yet.
Ah, you're right. But Bulma did. And that's when
Nah.
Bulma and Yamcha's romance starts. So, you
Also,
know,
even then, the
if
story
we're
arcs
building
weren't
up to that.
Also, Puff, the story arcs weren't even that short.
You're right.
All right, internal monologues. Not really.
No.
balanced
I mean,
cast.
I guess
Fuck
Vegeta,
no.
I guess Vegeta has enough monologues, but like
I
that's
don't
just a
think so.
one-sided
But they're
thing.
not a Bal Bulma. All right,
No,
balanced male female cast. Fuck no.
no, there's like 4 women in the Dragon Ball
Wait,
universe.
Puff, our free space might not work.
No, Vegeta is jealous of Goku.
Oh, that is true. He's a jealous bitch. Stab wounds time 5. Yes. Concerning age gap. With any of Bulma's
Trunks, their son.
Oh,
Trunks has a concerning age gap.
that's not an age gap, but it's weird in its own way, so I think we should count it. All right, minimal fan service. Yeah, there's really not that much
Yeah,
especially by the time Vegeta shows up.
yeah.
Barely any backgrounds. No, there's a pretty good amount.
School shedding, but never
Schools.
showing. If we
No,
count Videl and Gohan's romance,
no, no. We're doing Vegeta and Bulma's the main characters.
all right. Nobody remembers
No.
my birthday except for you.
Do you
Nope.
think Vegeta knows his birthday?
I don't think he'd care, honestly.
Exactly what I'm asking.
Like I can imagine he'd just be like celebrating the day of your birth, pussy shit. Only weaker species do that.
Unfortunately, I don't think they're degrading nicknames. Doesn't he just call her woman? Like when he's rude.
Yeah, I think so.
That's
It's
not
just a
particularly
woman.
degrading.
No, not really. Gets locked into
Protag-
rooms? No,
No.
neither of
He
them.
doesn't even get locked in the room a certain time. He goes in willingly.
Yeah.
Filthy Rich.
Hell yeah,
Yay.
that's Bulma. Oh wait, I'll die without you.
No.
Hmm.
Yes. That one's
Yes.
actually one that we never get. Kissing is another way to say shut up. No, I don't think we ever see them kiss. That was
Okay.
weak as shit.
Yeah,
That
no
was weak as
bingo.
shit.
Not even we got not even close to a single bingo.
That was weak as hell.
What a garbage manga. Garbage shoujo.
Him
Dragon Ball's
being played in
terrible.
the background, which I have not recorded yet, is Legacy of Goku 3, Boo's Fury. This game goes hard.
Ah, cool.
Let's see. Do we have any questions? I guess next we're actually gonna do another One Piece video, so I guess
Yeah, hold
leave
on.
your
I'm
One
just
Piece
gonna check.
opinions.
I'm gonna check the comments real quick in case.
I
like, there's
checked
something-
earlier. I didn't see any.
Oh, all right.
I checked before we started.
What about on my main channel? Is there anything there?
Oh, the guy I was yelling at. Gohan wanting to be a scholar was not like some last minute addition. Literally in Gohan's intro volume, he has when Piccolo kidnaps him, Gohan literally says, "I don't want to be a fighter, I want to be a scholar." And Piccolo says, "Do what you want after we kill the Saiyans." So Gohan is completely validated in that opinion. But if you'll be like, wait, Chi-Chi brainwashed him. Chi-Chi
Like the thing is,
brainwashed him.
if you were reading
character-
through or watching Dragon Ball for the first time and you thought that was a possibility, I think that's fair. But
No,
by
but
the
Puff,
end,
I'm going to raise the counter to that. This is for manga readers. Manga readers in volume 1, there's like or not volume 1, in like Gohan's first or second volume, there's like character introduction pages for him. And
Yeah.
Gohan's character introduction page is him standing there saying, "Hi, I'm Gohan. I'm 4 years old," which is a retcon. He was supposed to be 3, and I want to be a scholar.
I mean, I guess the idea is just like, it's
Like-
fine. It's fine if
but
you think
like,
that was
why-
the direction he was going for a bit, but like by the end, you just kind of have to accept that like Gohan's words are just accept them at face value because that's how the story
No, well,
like
that's why
treats
I
it for
brought
the
up the
majority of
volume
it.
thing, because it's like, sure, maybe like you can't trust him in regular dialogue, but this is the volume thing, and he looks happy when he says it. He's just like a little kid happily explaining his dream. I trust this boy. Yeah, that's it for comments. All right. I guess leave your mainly bad One Piece.
One
opinion, but
Piece,
if you
yeah.
can think of like another battle shown, because we will talk about them. Oh, maybe I think I said this last time, but we should probably start collecting MHA opinions because we're probably going to do a video when that ends.
Yeah, and that's gonna end in like, I don't know,
This
4 or
year.
5 months.
Yeah, it's going to end this year.
Be hyped for 4 to 5 months from now when MHA ends.
Yep. So yeah, because a lot of MHA takes. We've even had takes in the comments that are stupid as fuck about MHA. So yeah, MHA has some of the worst fucking discourse out of any ongoing battle show.
Although if you say Deku's a soy boy and you hate him for that reason, you're valid. I think you're valid.
You're only somewhat valid depending on how you go about it.
He doesn't have big muscles, therefore I'm not reading it.
That
I'm
is
gonna read.
wrong.
I'm gonna
That is
read
wrong.
Fist of the North Star instead.
Okay, if you want his muscles to be that big, then sure.
Yeah, that I need him that big. Is that a problem? Is that
No.
a problem?
No. All right. That is all.
Goodbye.